Welcome to Spotlight New England. I'm one of your hosts, Audrey McClelland.
And I'm Ashley Erling. And if there's one thing you know about our area, it is what a phenomenal dining scene we have.
That's right.
And there's more and more every day. And you actually were able to catch up with one of the co-owners, right, of a new restaurant opening.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have Tanya Nyack with us over at the Roadshow. And we were just excited to share this great interview with her about her new place that she's just opening up this week. The bold Baja-inspired flavors of Boston's hottest taqueria, Yellow Door Taqueria, is bringing its signature tacos, cocktails, and the West Coast vibes to the Aloft Providence downtown, which many of us know and love. And joining us this morning, this is a big treat for us. We have the one and only, the co-owner of Yellow Door, and most importantly, two celebrity designer who I have loved.
Thank you.
Tanya Nyack. Good morning, Tanya.
Good morning. Oh my gosh,
this is a big treat for us.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm so excited to be here, and the fact that last night we had such a big opening of our place.
We were just saying that.
I know, but I'm telling you, I was ready for bed. I was so excited to get here. So I put the tequila down.
She had to put the tequila down. But tell me this, why Providence? I mean, obviously, we love Rhode Island. Our viewers live here. We love it. And Providence is such a great spot. So what made you choose Providence?
Well, for starters, we do actually have roots here in Providence. My husband is Johnson & Wales alum.
I love that.
His heart is here. Yeah, his heart is here. And we are just obsessed with the culinary scene out here in Providence. So to be able to be in here and insert ourselves with a restaurant, we feel so honored.
Unbelievable.
Yes, because Providence has been so welcoming to us, and we're just so excited about it. We love our concept, Yellow Door Taqueria.
Absolutely. And tell me this, so like when you walk in, you know, how does it come together for you, the inspiration and the design? Because everybody keeps saying the second you walk in, the vibe, you feel it immediately. Like how do you bring that together?
Well, it all started out with our first location in Dorchester, Mass. And it was this old antique shop that had been there forever. And when we walked in, we were like, oh gosh, we want to capture the soul of this building. So if you can imagine, my husband is a restaurant guy, I'm a designer, so here we are merging our worlds together. And we looked around and we're like, we just have to capture the essence of this building and make it feel authentic and like as if you were in Mexico in like an old antique shop. I might be dating myself as a reference here, but like Sanford and Sons.
I know
Mexico.
it, I know it. I know what you mean.
Yeah, so that's how the vibe sort of started, and we wanted it to be a place where people felt comfortable, welcome, casual, every day. Could be a date spot, could be a, hey, I just want a taco.
I love that.
You know, and a cerveza, you know.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's sort of how
that was the vibe that you wanted to go with.
Exactly.
And tell me this, so obviously tacos are on the menu. What are some, don't give everything away because we need to get people, we want people to head down there, but what's like a must try on the menu that you're like, okay, if you're gonna go, it's like, I know it's like picking like, you know, a favorite
really
something,
hard.
right? But is there something that you're like, you know what, make sure you order this or try this?
Yeah, so we have these street corn elote nachos that people go crazy over. They come out on a sheet pan and they're just so delicious. Yeah. I mean, nachos and elote street corn is like a weird
my husband, I know at home is drooling as he's watching.
Also the birria taco. I always like to order it extra crispy, and it's just like, every bite is perfect. But you know, we have coconut shrimp tacos. We have, I mean, you name it, carne asada, and there's always specials. Tuna ceviche is one of my favorite things.
I love tuna ceviche. Yeah. I'm gonna have to try that there. And what does it feel like, you know, when you walk in and you see, you know, we were talking before, like it's like a child being birthed. What does it feel like for you especially to walk in and see your creation in front of you? Is it a pinch me moment for you still?
Yes. It's always a pinch me moment. And it's funny, I was chatting with someone last night at it was a sort of a soft opening, friends and family teaser party. And I was saying, like, for me as a designer, to be able to design a space where people are enjoying themselves, creating memories, eating delicious food. Like, think about some of your memories when you're eating good food with people you love. That's what burns in your mind. Right.
Absolutely.
So that's, for me as a designer, it's like the chef's kiss.
I love that. And when can our viewers expect to be able to walk? I know you had your soft launch last night. When can they expect to head down there?
Hitting it hard, September 8th, and it's going to open at 4 p.m. We're going to start with dinner, but then, you know, slowly move into lunch and brunch and all that other great stuff. We also have another surprise coming. So we have another spot opening up shortly thereafter. So I'll have to come back
Tanya, you have
and
to
tell
come
you.
back.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, we love having you here. And the good news is Tanya's going to be sticking around too to be part of our Roadie Roundup, which is a big treat for me too. So again, you can get all the information for Yellow Door right over at roadshow.com. Make sure you head there. It's an unbelievable spot and an unbelievable location. Back to you guys.
Welcome back to Spotlight New England. We are so excited to have one of our favorite guests and most frequent flyers here on Spotlight New England. We can't get enough of her, but there's always something to talk about. Bekah Berger joins us today from 92 Pro FM, and we have lots to talk about. Of course, the VMAs just happened, Bekah, and there's always so much going on with the reality scoop. So we're going to dive all in with you. But thanks for joining us today.
I'm so happy to be back. I'm happy to be part of the frequent flyer program, whatever you want to call it. I'm still waiting for, once I get to 5 though, I need one of those jackets like on Saturday Night Live.
All right, we're going to work on our budget for that. I could lend you my denim coat if you want.
I'll take a pen.
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. All right, let's start with the VMAs though, because I cannot wait to hear your perspective on how it all went. So I didn't watch the entire thing because #I'm old, which, you know, was great though for me because I felt like there was a really strong representation of people in our kind of age group that I did actually know who they were. Like starting with LL Cool J, who hosted.
Yes. Now I'm taking issue with the fact that you called yourself old.
I am. I'm
are
middle-aged,
old.
geriatric even.
Don't lean in. Don't lean into what always annoys me about VMAs, especially, is people post, I don't know anybody on this show. Now, Ashley, you just said it. There was no room for any of that talk.
No,
last night.
that's why I liked it. I really enjoyed it because there were a lot of people that I did not only know, but like grow up with, are still making music or are icons. And I love that LL Cool J did it, which now I can't even remember, Bekah. Who typically does do it?
It's somebody different for the VMAs every year.
Okay.
What you might be thinking of is the fact that for several years
he did Grammys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he was pretty consistent. Trevor Noah now took that place in terms of host, but I think the fact that it aired on CBS this year had a lot to do with that. They needed to not only play it a little bit more safe than they typically do, but they needed to lean into the millennial and to the nostalgia. Because here's the problem, right? VMAs has classically had this issue the last few years where they do try to lean too much Gen Z, and then you have the problem we just talked about. I don't know who these people are. So they took that note, which I appreciate. And the other complaint about the VMAs typically is, well, MTV doesn't even play videos anymore.
Right.
They have Ridiculousness on, or Teen Mom, or Jersey Shore Family Vacation. Shout out to Johnston's own DJ Pauly D, who also walked the red carpet
Love him.
last night. Yeah, so, but we still love the VMAs. They, shock value wise, definitely have leaned less into that in the last few years and more into, similar to the Grammys once again, performances. Performances were the name of the game. I think they handed out maybe 5 awards last night.
Was that it? Really? That was it?
I really
crazy.
think that was it. And that's very similar once again to what the Grammys do, which is performance heavy. Again, hoping for those postable moments, those viral moments, but there really wasn't a key viral moment last night. It was more of an appreciation night.
Yeah, it was a kind of like an appreciation night. It felt like a lot of people were being honored.
Yeah, you know, and I'm going to sound like one of those people. I'm going to just say it right now. I didn't know anybody on the red carpet. That was the one thing I was watching with my daughter. Like, you know, I wasn't watching the show, but we were watching like tidbits on social media. And she was the one saying to me, Mom, that's so-and-so from YouTube. Mom, that's so-and-so from TikTok. And it was a lot of
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast, but a lot of these like young, even like these young women, these young stars, they were the ones doing a lot of the interviews. Gone are the days, dare I say it, of knowing everybody from Access Hollywood to Entertainment Tonight. You know, obviously maybe they were still there, but you know what? They were really leaning into the social media on all of that stuff, but having all those really, like, I'm going to say it, young quote unquote influencers, YouTubers, kids doing all these great interviews.
Yeah, no, that you make a really great point. So in that aspect, yes, when it comes to the red carpet, even some of those outlets that you named, they actually use some of those influencers now to do their reporting.
See?
And our buddy Ralphie was there, right, Becca? People know who Ralphie is, right? On our, like, your viewership. I know who he is, but, like, you know what I'm saying?
Aversa, yes, Ralphie Aversa is part of the Pro FM family. So we did have Ralphie on this morning to do a little recap for us. He now works for USA Today. So anytime there's an award show, for instance, we are full into award show season. So just to sidebar bit, Emmys is Sunday, so we're going to have him back on next Monday for the recap. Anyway, he got some really good interviews. He spoke with Busta Rhymes. He spoke with, if you want to lean into the Gen Z of it all, Alex Earl. He spoke with Jermaine Dupri. So he got some pretty decent interviews. He also gave us a little tidbit. So you know how Lady Gaga got the first award of the night?
Yes, this is really interesting. Tell us how this happened. There was a little TV magic involved, right?
Oh, and you both know how TV magic works better than
kind
anybody.
of. I don't know. Some days.
So with Lady Gaga, Artist of the Year is typically reserved for the end of the show, but because probably they knew who it was going to, they got it right out of the way. So Lady Gaga could then go from Long Island, where the award show was being held, and then go back to the city because Mayhem Ball was last night at Madison Square Garden. Now, they made it seem like they were going live to Madison Square Garden to do the Lady Gaga performance. However, that was reported, I believe, the night before.
That's so cool. I actually
magic of
stuff
TV.
like that. I am really intrigued by and interested in. I loved that. You know, I don't know how they decide who the winners are, Becca, but I loved that there were so many people like Gaga winning and being honored. Again, all people that I know, I love, I feel like really deserved it. For me, I loved like the Ricky Martin performance. I thought he looked great. I thought he sounded great. Like all of that. And then to see, you know, Mariah, Busta, all that. Like I thought that was really fun. What were some moments that kind of stuck out for you or that you really enjoyed?
I mean, Livin' La Vida Loca, Cup of Life, hearing Ricky Martin say that he's been at this for 40 years really threw me off the bed. But yeah, those took me right back to the TRL days as well with Carson Daly. I also really love Tate McRae. You know, we play a lot of her music. We play a lot of Sabrina Carpenter. But you just don't ever realize how much work goes into some of these performances, and they worked their tails off last night. One of my favorite parts of the Tate McRae performance was when she performed in the sand. It was very sexy. I was a little concerned about where the sand was ending up.
I know. I saw your Instagram story. I was like, Becca's always on it.
However, I did also love, because this is where you can have fun with it, right? You can be a little cynical. Someone posted, or a couple people posted, is she performing in a litter box?
Oh, you know, it's MTV.
I thought that was kind of funny. But I loved those performances. I also enjoyed the Ozzy tribute.
Yeah.
He loved that.
That was
they did a really
fun.
good job.
I thought it was important and great that they included that again for like people of a certain generation. But, you know, Ozzy Osbourne, icon, legend, all of that. And they, you know, there really is a loss in the music world now.
There truly is. And, you know, VMAs, they don't have an obituary moment, a remembrance moment like some of the in memoriam moment like some of the award shows do. But we had a couple moments last night. We had the Ozzy tribute, but also Busta Rhymes shouting out Ananda Lewis was such a special moment for those of us who grew up watching her on MTV. And of course, we lost her earlier this year. But just he encapsulated how impactful she was on the culture and on MTV.
Becca, how do you watch this show? Because you're someone in that, obviously, you know, you're a pop culture, I'm going to say icon expert, because you're very much on the pulse of everything. But how do you go into watching something like this? Are you looking for like things like, you know, we were just talking about that were like memorable. Are you looking for things that work for maybe like the Gen Z? Like, how do you go in with your lens watching it?
Watching award shows for me has really evolved. I used to have a laptop and I used to have a computer, and I really did, and I still do take it very seriously. But now it's more like, what do I think people are really going to be talking about in the morning? And that's sort of my barometer of how I take things. It's pretty easy to figure out what people will hold on to, whether it's how much plastic surgery have the Simpson sisters had.
That's definitely something that people were talking about this morning.
Yes, that's something I couldn't get over as well. Or even not realizing how good of a dancer Doja Cat is.
Oh my God, I said the same exact thing. I was watching with Josh and I was like, she's a really good dancer. I did not realize what a great dancer she is. And she included that Kenny G thing, which I was like, this is kind of fun. Like, I think I'm really into this.
I like that double entendre of Kenny G thing, you know? But it's moments like that where I'm like, okay, people are, the comment section is going to be going crazy for this. They're going to love that. I was a little bit thrown by Ariana Grande getting 2 major awards in music, only because in this last year, I don't know about the both of you, but to me, Ariana's more known for her acting rather than her music in the last, you know, year and a half or whatever. And I realized she's after Wicked comes out in November, Wicked Part 2 for good, she's going to go back into music. She's going to go back on tour. So I get it. This is sort of a soft launch back into music, but that threw me off just a little bit. That's probably the only issue I had.
How about her little microphone being higher
I
up
know,
to
she
her?
was so little.
Just kind of wanted to shift it down, that poor
up
thing.
to her microphone.
She is like Polly Pockets.
She is. So we have just a couple of minutes left. Let's switch gears briefly, if we even can try to be brief. What's the latest with all of the filmings and goings on around Rhode Island? I know you have your podcast that's doing so well, and you've had some great guests on. So tell us what's the latest.
Yeah, okay, so Real Talk Roadie is where we talk about all the filming of Real Housewives of Rhode Island. We talk about some other Bravo stuff. I've had some Real Housewives on this summer. Also, Steven Feinberg has been really gracious with his time with me as well. The latest on filming, I know that there was a big party that was filmed at home in Lincoln on Friday.
Heard about that.
With a housewife who there's a discrepancy. You know, you want to talk about the D word, discrepancy, because we don't know if how involved she is, whether she is a friend of or a full-on housewife, because we're going back and forth on that, on her status, I should say. But a little birdie did tell me that filming is apparently wrapping next week.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Quick
so
filming.
any indication of when we're going to get some like actual announcements besides the ones that we're doing ourselves, and or like when this might actually hit air?
I've been saying this the whole time. I'm saying allegedly till I'm blue in the face on every single episode of my podcast.
All alleged.
BravoCon is in November.
Oh, so they are having it this year.
Oh, BravoCon is full on. It's in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And from what I'm hearing, the Rhode Island ladies will be there. So then that's when we will get the full cast announcement. And then hopefully they say something like coming in spring of 2026. Because there's already a bunch of people who are DMing me like, what are we doing for a viewing party? We don't. I would love to
Ashley, are you DMing her?
I would do one right now if I could with the TV back here.
That's right.
And you ladies, but we can't plan anything until we have a date. I mean, looking historically at when Housewives new seasons air, I mean, they announced at BravoCon the new New York, and then maybe 4 or 5 months later we had a season.
Yeah. So probably spring. Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm thinking spring, and then in terms of Jersey looks like it's fully going to happen. As of the last week or so, they're really putting that out there, because for a while we didn't think we were going to have any new Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Lots going on. Good thing that we have you on speed dial, Bekah, because you always know everything that's going on. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to spend it with us today and catching us up on everything. And we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We love you, Bekah.
Talk to you soon. Stick around. We have more coming up right after the break. Welcome back to Spotlight New England. So we're kind of entering what the kids call spooky season.
It is spooky season. It is.
You can't really fight it anymore.
It's here.
I know that people, don't want to hear it, but like it was cold this morning. Like I had to wear a jacket on the way into work. Did you?
Yeah, well, I usually walk the dogs pretty early. So I had on this morning like a full-blown fleece, sweatpants, and a hat on. Yeah. It was actually pretty... Yes, it was that kind of... I will say, the first thing I check now in the morning is the weather. It was 54 when I woke up this morning. And I thought, that's going to be chilly.
It is.
That's chilly.
It's chilly. So this is kind of a fun update for spooky season. The Conjuring House that I love.
Do you
to
love
talk
this
about.
season?
I do. I actually do. Yeah.
Okay.
I do. It's weird for me this year specifically because I have a wedding smack dab in the middle of it, and
That's true.
my
do.
wedding is not spooky.
She's like, any word to describe my wedding was spooky.
And it's not like at all really even like fall themed at all. Like it just happened to be a date that was available, and I was like, yes, I'll take it. Please, I want to get married immediately.
Please, Jesus, yes.
So it's like throwing me off in that way.
I hadn't thought about that for you. Yes.
It's like throwing me off because normally right now I would very much be like, okay, when are we changing over the closet? And now I'm like, not only do I not have time to change over the closet, but like that's just like overwhelming.
I was gonna say, is it the last thing on your mind you're thinking about?
Yes, like it feels, but it's not because anyways, that's not what we're going to talk about. What we're really going to talk about right now is the fact that the Conjuring House has an update. And I love to talk about the Conjuring House, but I do think a lot of people care about this. And it's, the local haunted house here in Burrillville, Rhode Island. There's a whole movie. You've probably seen it. If you haven't, you should watch it. It's actually really good for a scary movie. But turns out it is going to go into foreclosure. So it's going to be up for auction.
Yes.
On Halloween.
I mean, what a perfect date for it, right? What a perfect date for it.
I mean, if you have to plan a foreclosure.
Might as well have it be on Halloween.
That seems like a great time for it to go up for auction. I just think it's like the story that keeps on giving.
Yes, and I was going to say, because I know a lot of my friends who don't live in Rhode Island, everyone knows about this house. Yeah. Like everybody does. So there is an allure to it.
It's a huge movie. It's a huge movie. And I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong about this, but I think there's a new one that's coming out in the series of the Conjuring movie.
Oh, is there really?
I think so.
Have you been to this house?
No.
Have you driven by it?
No.
Okay.
No, I just watched the movie and then we've had the people on here.
Yes, I remember you saying that.
So that was very
and remind me, when they were on, they actually did say that things like would happen.
Oh yes, so we had the the owners that were the ones that are in the movie.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think they're not the original owners because obviously the house was already haunted before they moved in.
Yeah.
So they're not there, but they were haunted by the house.
I can't get over this.
And they are adamant that the house is haunted. So
I don't know why anybody would actively want to buy this house.
People very actively.
I know, it would kill me.
Yeah. It's
literally.
It's a big deal.
Ashley loves the spookiness of the season.
And you know what?
I love the pumpkin spice and the flannel. I know you like it too.
Oh, I like that too.
But I get terrified about any spooky things during this season.
Yeah, I'm not ready for the flannel. I'm not.
Well,
I'm not ready for it. But anyway, so that's the update. And we want to, of course, remind you, which you are watching us now, so I think you must know at least one of our times. But just so you know, you can watch Spotlight New England at 12:30 Monday through Friday, and then we actually re-air that episode at 8 p.m. So depending on when you're watching TV, we're on the 12 Plus app at 12:30 and 8 Monday through Friday, and then all of the episodes go on demand on the app after that as well. So always
watch us, rewatch us, whatever you want to do.
A lot of ways to watch, and someday we're going to get better at our social media, and we're going to post there too. But thanks for watching today.
After she gets married, we have the brains. We have the bandwidth in our brains.
Thanks for joining us today on Spotlight New England, and we'll see you next time.